How's everyone doing today? Welcome to another episode of Matt's Guns. Today we're going to have something a little bit different for you. I'm going to use different tools and actually do a little bit more customizing. I have a customer that brought in an AR-15 with just a straight blank receiver, an AR-15 upper, little barrel nut. Well, he bought a handguard that he really likes and really must have on his gun. But there is just one little small problem. See the gap? That's the problem. Needed to mate all the way so it will lock into the barrel nut. This will lock into the barrel nut no problem, have the screws to screw into the receiver so everything works correctly. So I'm going to show you some tricks to do this. I already pulled out the screws that go on the side of the receiver here. I'm going to show you a trick on how to get this to stay level and to mark it. All we really need is this right here. It's a little thing that you would use to raise up on your rails. You're throwing your rails to raise up your sight or raise up whatever you want to have raised. So what we are going to do is tap it. To make sure it's level and flush. No wiggles. Good. Nice and good. What we want to do is take our permanent marker here. Our little marker here, which comes off of rubbing alcohol. We're going to mark the outer line where I want to Dremel. And once we have it Dremel, it should fit nice and snug. And now we have that all set and taken care of. We'll take off this device here, that bad boy here, and as you see, I have very little that I need to take off. But we have to take it off. Next thing you want to do is a rag. Why a rag, you say? Well, it's a customer's gun, and I don't want to pay for his handguard, mattering how much it is. Plan on doing this yourself? I would recommend a bench vise. Pick one of these little bad boys up over at Hobby Lobby with no problem. Another reason why is because you could do this. Pop it out. Full 360 rotation. I'll show you why that's kind of important. I get this fit in here first though. Still a little snug. I just want to get it snug. I don't want to put any real pressure on it where it squeezes in. I grab my little Dremel here. The best way to do it with a Dremel is get a sander Dremel, not a metal Dremel bit, because where it's all metal and how it's grooved a certain way, that's going to be way too aggressive. This is aluminum. You're going to be all over the place and you'll do more damage to your receiver compared to a sandpaper bit, because you can take it off layer by layer really slowly. If you don't have a flat one, a polishing bit will work because it's still removing metal. It'll just take a little bit longer. Another step that you want to do if you're doing this at home is find your comfortable spot. That's why I like the movement and rotation, is because let's say I get to a spot right here, I doesn't feel too comfortable, but if I mildly tweak it over and come over here to feel myself out. Now the reason why I'm doing this right now is I'm preparing to get ready to take away metal and everything like that. I want to get comfortable. I don't know how long it should take because I'm taking it layer by layer, but then constantly grabbing, checking, and that's another reason why I like this, because all I gotta do is just grab it, slip it completely on like so, and as soon as it mates all the way in, I know I did my job correctly. But what we're gonna do is just take our small time with it, and we're doing it layer by layer. Now you also want to do is you want to inspect how it is on the inside. This is slightly rounded, so I want to go in a circular motion when I'm taking off each layer. So you want to visualize on pretty much your plan of attack. Now I'm planning to attack is using a circular motion, but only stroking in one direction, and that's in a circular direction. So every time it's coming this way, it's hitting the metal, taking it off. So you do it layer by layer, makes it all look nice and neat as well. But you're doing it slow. Take your time when you're doing a project like this. Now if it was like more like square it off, you'd have no problem going up and down, but now we're in a rotation area, you want to go in circles. Find the best spot for your arm and your hand. This is sitting just a smidge too high for me. Like so. And just visualize it in your head. Go ahead and have it rub. You ain't taking anything off, but like, you know, feel the angle that you have to take. This one's a little bit tricky because I got to worry about threads, so I might have to retap it. My job is doing it slow, so hopefully I do a well job enough that I don't have to retap the screws or retap the threads. But you just want to take your time. That's the angle I want. I'm going to lock my vise in place so it doesn't move on me, because if it moves on me while I'm doing this and I'm starting all over again, I may dig in deeper into one spot and it's not going to come out nice and looking clean. But what I'm going to do though, I'm going to switch the camera to front view so you can maybe see how I am approaching everything right up in here. Have some nice soft music in the background, maybe heavy metal, probably not though. Alrighty. So I'm going to get everything else all set, ready to go. I'm going to move the camera to a better angle so you guys can physically see what I'm doing and how I was explaining everything. And we will go from there. So we will be absolutely right back. And real quick, to a huge shout out to our sponsors, samsguns.com. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, samsguns.com. Alrighty, y'all. We'll be right back. back. So, I'll explain a couple things. We've got to find it to mate it to mate. Mates perfectly. Not smooth like how I want, because you still got to do like a little tap-tap-a-roo in there. But we got it all set, nice and snug. Now, I know I said earlier about the bit. And you guys saw me change the bit. Well, I had to change my plan of attack, because this is actually a very good, strong metal. This company, Giel, can't even pronounce it. It's G-E-I-S-S-E-L-E. Hooked off box that worked for me. They actually use a really good aluminum, but I did have to switch bits and my plan of attack. But a bit that I switched to is also like the sandpaper. Gonna need a new one after this, but just like the sandpaper, except for it's just all metal. So it's still kind of the same style, same purpose, except for it will take off metal just a smidge faster than how this one is. Also, how to change my plan of attack is if you can see right here where it's now more square than rounded, is because right up here on the receiver is squared out, not rounded out. So I had to change my plan of attack again after I noticed that to make it more square. Now it's time to make it smoother. So what we're going to do is we're going to polish out right where we glided so it sits nice, smooth, and snug, and then we'll clean out all the shavings that are in there. So what I'm going to do first is start off with a little bit of 800 grit sandpaper, get it, you know, nice and polished up, because that's what we want, trying to get rid of all these burrs and everything, because you want it to fit nice and smooth and snug. So we're going to get a little bit cleaned up here. We're going to put it on, then we're going to test our screws and make sure I don't have to retap this. So hopefully I did it right the first time, so I don't have to retap this, because I really don't want to have to retap this at all. I really don't. So right now what we're doing is we're polishing it to remove the burrs, so it slips right on. Because remember, this one's not mine. This is a customer's, and for future gunsmiths, this is what you want to do, is also polish it, make it all nice, smooth, and fit. And remove any unnecessary burrs. Just because, you know, it slips on, customer's probably not going to see any of that. Still, I don't like playing that. You shouldn't play that. You should give them the full service that they're paying for. So be like, oh, they'll never see it. Doesn't matter if they never see it or not. You still do the job right and do the job right the first time. And that is what we are doing here. Now, I don't have any way to color it or anything like that, and the customer, I'll also explain, like, I have no way to match the color. He says he doesn't care because it's going to be on the inside. He's not going to see it and anything like that. And on this side, I had to touch a little bit. If you guys saw the video all the way through, I had to touch a little bit on this side as well, because we were slightly hitting right up here on the lower area where it comes into play. So I polished that. So we took a little bit off there to make sure it fit nice and smooth and snug. So I was saying, we're starting with an 800 grit. We're going to work our way to 1,000. There we go. Nice and smooth. We're going to move our way to 1,000. Then we're going to go to 1,500. So once we get this all set and done, we'll refit it, and then I'll call the customer, let him know. But he still needs to bring me the other parts to complete finishing the AR. Because he wants me to build his whole upper. It's just he's from out of state, which I do get a lot of customers bringing their stuff from out of state. Furthest firearm I have worked on so far is actually based out of Kentucky. Gentleman sent me a gun to have me work on, so I thank you guys for watching and sending me more stuff and to work on for y'all. Some of this one actually came from California. The customer drove all the way up here to have me work on it. So thank you guys to the fans and everyone who's watching and stuff like that. So this is a big shout out to y'all. Thank you guys again, that, you know, you guys do see me as a gunsmith and not like try to blow up my comments like, oh, you're fake. No, been doing this for a while. There we go. Good. The good thing is about little polishing is all you have to do, just this little itty bitty bit, not the whole gun. Where on some firearms I've had to do the whole gun, and let me tell you, it sucks. Get that all nice and smooth out. Now the reason why I want to do it like this right now is because now that I'm smoothing it out, there's still going to be small bits taken off. You don't want to grind it all the way down where it just slips right on. I want to keep it nice and snug for the customer, not so wobbly and everything as well. Just, you know, want it done right so I can videotape more guns to work on, and you guys get to learn something new too. There we go. That should get us well. That should get us. That should get us. Alright, let's see how we fit. Get all these shavings out. Let's see how we fit and go from there. Oh yeah. Yeah, just falls right on in there. Just nice and smooth. Oh yeah. Good. Alright. Now, we have it polished how we want, where it just drops in with no problem. That should make the customer happy. Now let's make sure we don't have to tap the screws, which I'm really hoping I don't have to. But, first time for everything. So these are little side screws that go in here that also hold on to the receiver. And let's see if I did a good enough job to where I do not have to re-tap. Looking good so far, and what do you know? Don't have to re-tap at all on this side. Remember, I also did one side, I gotta do the other. Good. That's that screw for that side. Let's check this screw for this side. Always check your work. Always check your work. There we go. Look at that. Look at that champ. That was actually the one main thing I was worried about the most, because I have done this before. Thought I did it all nice and well, and then had to re-tap one of the screws. This one, we are great. Don't have to re-tap any of the threads. The threads weren't really messed with, which I'm thanking God for. And then there we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Right now we are partially complete. And the reason why I say partially is because he needs to bring me the rest of the gun, the rest of the parts, so I can make sure everything else fits all nice and snug. So I still need to know if I need to put a barrel nut on the barrel nut, if I need to put, oops, yeah, I get that off of there. And the reason why I need the rest of the parts is not 100% done, because once I have the barrel, this right here will help me. I might have to put a couple of spacers right up on here real thin to make sure this right here fits all the way in. So when I push that lower in, which holds the locking plate in place, it will sit snug as a bug. Because as I'm looking at it right now, this receiver wasn't really designed for this, but will make it fit. So what I need is a couple of gaskets to put in here. Barrel nut gaskets to put right up on here to give us a little space, so I can push that pin through naturally instead of having to tap it in, which holds our barrel nut in place as well. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all learned something new. I will probably make another video on this later on. We have more of the parts, so you guys can also learn how to build your own upper. And that is all that we have for today. Thank you guys very much. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give a thumbs up, send it to your buddies, share, and subscribe. If you don't want to and you just wanted to watch the video, again, I thank you guys for doing that. So that is it that I have for today. I hope you all enjoyed, hope you loved it, hope you learned something new, and stay tuned for the next video for more guns for me to work on. I hope you guys is Matt's Guns. I hope you guys had a great rest of your day, and God bless.